Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am SocioPsycho, and this is StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty on Brutal Mission 9. Let's get right to it.
Raynor, the hounds of the void are closing in. I impart my memory, my very essence, into this Ihan crystal, so that you will see what I have seen, and that the future may yet have hope.
Zeratul, what the hell have you gotten yourself into?
Friend Raynor, long has it been since we stood together against the Swarm. Since then, I have wandered the void in solitude, seeking an ancient prophecy rumored to foretell the return of the Zelnaga. My sojourn led me to a remote world known as Ulan, where I discovered fragments of the prophecy, yet I was not the first to find them. It falls to you now, old friend, to relive my memories and believe. The Zerg swarm came, as was foretold. And the Protoss, firstborn of the gods, rose to fight them. Now, the Zelnaga that forged us all are returning. What do they come to save? Or to destroy?
I knew you'd find your way here, eventually.
Your very presence defiles this place, Kerrigan.
Do you hear them, Zeratul? Whispering from the stars. The galaxy will burn with their coming.
Perhaps. But you won't live to see it!
Please. Our petty conflicts mean nothing now. The storm is coming that cannot be stopped. Fitting that we should face oblivion together.
Never!
fate cannot be changed. The end comes. And when it finds me, I shall embrace it at last.
The prophecy is uncertain. There is always hope.
So in this series, with using the crystal, there are 4 missions attached to the crystal, and it's where you play as the Protoss because you're reliving the memories of Zeratul. Zeratul, who is a Dark Templar, which is explained more in other areas. So we'll be playing as a Protoss through these 4 missions to sort of give some backstory and understanding and fill in the direction that the story is going in already.
Prophecy was divided into fragments, each kept at separate shrines. I must gather them and depart this world quickly. This chasm is vast. It is fortunate that I can phase through the shadows to the other side.
So as you can see, this is Zeratul. So Zeratul is cloaked, which means he's in shadows. Every race has cloaked units. Humans have banshees, wraiths.
Spore crawlers can detect my presence. I should stun them with my void prism.
And there's also ghosts or specters for the humans, where Protoss have Dark Templars and observers, which are sort of scouts. They can detect other cloaked or burrowed units. For the Zerg, they mainly just have things that burrow underground.
Fulfill my calling.
Cloaking and finding these units is a very valuable thing to do, because it can either destroy your army if you run up against a cloaked amount of troops, or it can work in your advantage, where because you have cloaked units, you can eliminate some of the enemy's defenses. Now I am being a little reckless, as you saw, in part because I didn't see that Hydralisk, the little spitter, behind the Ultralisk. The Ultralisk is the big rhinoceros looking one.
Service of ire. That spore crawler can detect me from across the chasm. It must be destroyed.
But in a situation like this, where there's so many Zerg, we would not be able to kill all of them by our standard attack by the time that the Void Prism collapsed. So it just makes sense to get rid of a prism first.
Overseer can see through my cloak. I'd best stun it with my Void Prism before crossing this chasm.
So if you haven't noticed already, what I was talking about earlier with the Zerg burrowing and needing cloaked unit to see them, you'll see a couple of Zerg burrow here and there, and I won't be able to kill them.
The first fragment of the prophecy. Soon all will be made clear.
Why not surrender yourself to oblivion, Zeratul? Wouldn't it be better to end your struggle now than witness the final, agonizing moments of your species?
We must not. So much for Kerrigan's reprieve. For Shakuras.
So they gave us some stalkers, which are ranged units.
Very well. For the reckoning.
Greetings, Exalted One. We are here in the service of High Templar Karas. He is nearby.
Your presence is most welcome. Let us keep moving.
It's good to use these units in tandem with each other. That's kind of the whole point.
Permit us to destroy their defenses before we proceed. We move unseen.
This mission is sort of one part puzzle, second part strategy, and it does require some patience, where you have to test the waters, see what you can grab, and what movement patterns the enemy will have, thus allowing you to move out and attack. Needless to say, I really like this mission because of that reason.
State thy bidding.
We're going to put one of these fellas into a void prism. That way, it's that much less damage done to our stalkers. We're going to wait till our prism gets off its cooldown. Come down here, get rid of the spire, which can detect us. That way we have free range. We don't have to worry about that Ultralisk hitting us in the face. Now, the Zerg DNA by its base structure, if you've been reading the canister in the tech lab, it comes alive and it mutates. That's one reason why when we see infested Terrans, it's because the base cell structure of the Zerg itself is mutative.
And that patrol of brood lords must be dealt with cautiously, or we will be torn asunder.
With that said and known, I still wonder what Ultralisk steak would taste like. It has to be pretty good.
We are one.
So here we have some brood mothers.
You require my skill. State thy bidding.
And they have a very long range and a heavy attack. Our main idea or goal is to sort of drag them back just like that, and then move forward and hit them.
Cold is the void.
Pretty simple and easy tactician. Now we just have to mimic it, do it again, and then we can move up, get rid of a spore crawler, and just domino effect.
I will erase.
I am the voice of the eclipse. Very well. For the reckoning.
My burdens weigh heavily.
Charge!
With the shadows.
StarCraft 2 is a very balanced game. The different units do mesh well with each other, and it's about finding how to use that to your advantage.
In the service of iron.
You require my skills.
The one that stabs is a spine crawler, so we're just gonna hold off and let the defenses get weaker and then send in Zeratul.
You address me. Ire will be restored. I will be redeemed.
And up here we do have a bit of a trap.
Shozak
As knowing it's a trap, I'm going to leave my shooters on the high right, on the high ridge, and move Zeratul in to proc it, and then we can sort of pick it off at our pace.
Prepare for an aerial attack. Brace yourselves, my brethren.
That Overseer will be a little bit dangerous in not allowing Zeratul to have free range over the area, but is in a pattern move, so we have to just sort of dodge that pattern. But not with those roaches, because as you can see there, we just came into range of it, and we had to get out of there very fast. That would be very embarrassing to die, so let's try to avoid that. That kind of sucks. I was hoping to kill that roach in one hit, but I was not able to.
I will fulfill my calling.
I think he might be good enough to just snipe off if we teleport in.
Shozak Maknol.
But no, Zeratul, he's stuck. He blanked right in the middle of them all.
Heart of darkness.
So far it's going pretty good.
My burdens weigh heavily. We
Ooh,
must
how nice of
not
them. They gave us an extra. I guess they were thinking that we were going to lose a stalker, and seeing how we almost did, I guess I can understand them replenishing us a stalker.
Maknol. The Queen of Blades built hatcheries here. She seeks to subvert this sacred world. I shall put an end to that plan.
So again, here we're going to have to pick off the enemy, try to find the best way, as there are observers, as there are observers. We can't just throw Zeratul in to take out all the ground with spine crawlers, but we can't get our range close enough, otherwise the spine crawlers will hit us. So we need to deal with timing in order to give us more maneuverability on the map. If Zeratul can take out a spine crawler here and there, then our range will be able to get a little closer.
Sukdash Salak. My allegiance is yours.
Cold is the void.
We're going to try to snipe the Overseer, but we are getting hit very hard. And we got the attention of a broodmother. We need to get out of there.
Intriguing. Very well. Let our enemy know our fury.
In the service of
We are one.
Oh, that was close. We almost lost our little stalker.
you address me.
That would have been very sad. That was very careless of me to put him
You require
that far
my
over.
skills. Intriguing.
My burdens weigh heavily.
Once this Overseer comes back, we can get rid of it pretty easily. And now Zeratul can clean up these, and we can take out the rest of the base. One reason I'm not too worried about these hurt stalkers is because when we get to the next checkpoint, they give a heal out. Not the stalkers themselves, but the checkpoint on this map gives a heal to all your units. Sort of take it for what it is.
Erase the demons of the past. My burdens weigh heavily. En Arudin Rashagal. Shozak Maknul. The second fragment of the prophecy. My task is nearly complete.
Your hope is an illusion, old fool.
If you can so easily read my mind, Kerrigan, you'll see that I'll never give up, so long as hope remains. Careful now. Kerrigan has set guards to bar our way. It could be a trap. We should take them out carefully, one at a time, or risk being overwhelmed.
I was trying to bait some of the Mutalisks, which are the smaller flying creatures, but I ended up getting the broodmother.
You address me.
So I'm okay with that.
My burdens.
You require my skills. For the reckoning.
It was like, nope, not having that. We are not going to deal with
I am the heart of darkness.
an angry Ultralisk. Believe the best course is to go down, Vortex, clean up, and then we can move our forces down some.
Fire will be restored. So
State thy bidding.
Now, because I've played this game before, I know what to expect here.
The demons of the past. You address me.
Cold is the...
The banelings spew acid when they die. Stalkers, take them out from a distance.
Banelings do just that. They do a lot of damage. If they do reach us, they will hit and probably take down a lot of our damage and shields type deal.
Intriguing.
See, two of them hit us, we can teleport back. Play Ring Around the Rosie. They don't have enough this time to really hit us. They probably wouldn't even hit us to begin with if my control was a little bit stronger in truth, because when I did blink over to the other side, they automatically started shooting the spore crawler, and then they got closer and snuck right up on me.
I will be redeemed.
We are one.
There are hatcheries, which are a bonus, and you kind of need to be careful because they're easy to forget.
You address me?
They're in these little
Honor.
offshoot coves.
This hatchery must be destroyed if I am to keep the Queen of Blades from subverting this land. My burdens weigh.
And we can go up, do the same thing.
We are one with the shadows.
I will erase the demons of the past.
State thy bidding.
If you're wondering why I didn't move him sooner, it's because he was attacking with shields. So as long as the shields were still up, I wasn't worried. Just like there. He didn't even break through the shield. So Zeratul is fine, there's no issues. Now we can move up, finish this hive or hatchery off. And then we can get back to the main goals. When a hatchery or a Zerg building breaks, these little creatures come out. That's what those were. And they swarm and they do a little bite damage. It's sort of a FU by the Zerg of a little internal workers, like a beehive almost. It's cute. It's something you need to be aware of, otherwise you could end up losing a unit to it.
Will erase the demons of the past.
This looks like a trap.
I am the voice of the eclipse. Very wise.
And there's even more of them. Well, I'm definitely glad I didn't just run right in there and be like, let's run in here and see what happens.
My burdens. Spine crawlers. Kill them before they can take root and attack.
There are so many of them.
My allegiance is yours. Shozak Makno.
Well, that was fairly intense, wasn't it? That was a lot more than I expected.
Templar Karas is nearby.
You address me? I will fulfill my calling.
Antaro Tassadar, Prelate Zeratul. I am High Templar Karas. My force tracked the Queen of Blades to this world, yet we know not what she seeks.
Kerrigan and I were both drawn here to uncover an ancient prophecy. With your aid, I pray we can discover it before her.
It is an honor, Great One. Lead on.
We are one.
Well, that's nice. They're giving me some allies. And off the battle goes.
I've placed the Ultralisk in a void prison. Bring it down, Karas. And you address me?
Zeratul, can you destroy the airborne Zerg?
You know, it kind of figures that every time I fight with Protoss, they have nothing but High Templars, which shoot a huge barrage of lightning storms down upon my troops.
Nidus worms must be destroyed, or the Zerg reinforcements will overwhelm us.
This guy needs some of those.
We are one with the shadows. Very well.
We should probably take out that Nidus worm.
As you say.
Zeratul has destroyed their worms. Press on.
That guy's forces didn't last very long.
I am the heart of
Now there is one more hatchery over here,
we move
which I
unseen.
almost forgot about. It was a split second of,
I will be redeemed.
but it's a pretty easy snipe.
Glory to the firstborn.
Bring these guys down to the south.
My skills.
Use Zeratul as a scout.
You address me? The Queen of Blades seeks to pervert this world with that hatchery. I must destroy it. It is done. All of Kerrigan's hatcheries are destroyed. There is yet hope for this world.
So that's one way of doing things. Taking the enemy out in that regard. I'm not going to be able to run through that and survive. So the best choice that I have here is to go back the way I came. I was thinking maybe if I can put something in a void prism, but there's nothing I can do in that regard. Bring this guy over, get some range so we can actually see the side of a cliff.
You address me?
That way Zeratul is not just stuck on that side. Very easy extraction, and we can continue forward with owning this beautiful, beautiful mission.
The final piece of the prophecy. It speaks of one who shall break the cycle of the gods.
Most ominous. But if the Queen of Blades seeks this prophecy, we must keep it from her.
The rest is obscured. What?
You might peel away the prophecy's layers, Zeratul, but you cannot outrun the doom that awaits us all.
We cannot prevail against so many.
I will stand against the Queen of Blades while you escape with the fragments.
I will not abandon you.
The prophecy is more important than either of us. Reveal its secrets, Zeratul. The future rests on it.
Your sacrifice will not be forgotten, brother.
And now things get a little hectic, as it's a speed.
I must get to the Void Seeker before the Zerg overwhelm me and the prophecy is lost.
There's rocks on the pathway, so we're gonna blink right down here and keep going. It's a little crazy.
Now, I shall become one with the column.
I must get to the Void Seeker and preserve the prophecy. I will not let my brother's sacrifice be in vain.
I was waiting for blink because I didn't want an entire army to come right up my butt. But that's pretty much it, and we escaped. We lost one guy, that's kind of sad, but what are you gonna do, right?
I cannot decipher the fragments on my own, yet I know who might interpret them. The preservers of Zakul. If they cannot, I fear this entire universe will burn.
So as you can see here on normal difficulty, complete it with 3 or more stalkers, we completed it with 4. We almost could have gotten it with 5 if I made a little bit of a difference. Not bad. It was a fairly enjoyable mission.
I'm okay, Doc, before you start asking.
You were staring at that Protoss device for a very long time. Are you sure?
Well, now you mention it, I could use a drink. Or 2. Maybe what I saw would make more sense if I was drunk.
What was it, Jim?
An old friend of mine. Looking for the end of the world.
Let's go to the armory. Says upgrades. Probably nothing new. We didn't do any missions, so yeah, there's nothing new here.
How long was I down in the lab, Matt?
You've been gone for hours, sir. You've been in the lab all that time?
I used the Eon crystal Zeratul gave me. I'd swear it only lasted a few minutes. So vivid. Zeratul's been searching for a Zelnaga prophecy about the end of the universe. There's more. I just haven't got to it yet.
Good to see you, brother. Wait. I can see it in your eyes. You've seen into the spirit world. The Protoss. He gave you a crystal. And now you've been seeing what he's seen.
That ain't nothing to do with you. Stay out of my head, Tosh.
Have it your way. But you want to tread careful when you go looking into the beyond. If you need me, you know where I'll be.
How did you become such good buddies with those freaky Protoss? All I hear is they kill Terrans like you and me on sight.
Some of them would. But some others would fight to the death protecting people like us. I helped them defend their homeworld from the Zerg during the First War. When Kerrigan came back leading the swarm, I helped him out again. They're real big on loyalty.
Damn, Jimmy. Almost sounds like you respect them.
I wouldn't expect you to understand, Tychus.
We have a very special guest today, Crown Prince Valerian. Thank you so much for joining us, Highness.
Thank you, Kate. It's wonderful to be here.
Let me get right to the question on everyone's mind. Is there anyone special in your life right now?
Truth be told, Kate, I've had a crush on you for many years.
Oh, stop.
But in all seriousness, with the Zerg invasion, there's little time for such things. I've been studying military tactics under General Warfield, and whatever spare time I have is devoted to statecraft. It's my goal to be the best emperor our people could ask for. When the time comes, of course.
Wonderful. Now I've got two of them to worry about.
Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Mission 9. Thank you for watching. I've been SocioPsycho, and I'll see you next time.